Good luck, sir.
Good luck.
Backgammon is a combination because it's about strategy, but then there's the dice that come into effect.
There's definitely links if you talk about trading in crypto and that. You need to have patience, you need to know when to strike.
Next thing I know, the guy's gone to the World Championships in Monaco.
He like just smelled the blood in the water and
The guy sits right here, and he's number 2 in the world.
We all know that he loves a good challenge.
You name the competition, I'll do it, you know? The game of backgammon is a game that's truly a mix between luck and strategy, right? So it's not like chess. When you think about chess, there's no luck in the game of chess. It's just a strategy game. Backgammon is a combination because it's about strategy, but then there's the dice that come into effect. And even when you have the best dice in the world, if you don't know what you're doing from a strategy point of view, it's not going to work. And if you do have the worst dice in the whole world, but you've got strategy, that's also not going to work. So backgammon is truly a game of strategy and luck. It's the perfect combination. Maybe similar to poker, because you know, poker you can have a strategy, except in backgammon, you can't bluff. Like either you win or you don't win. 2 colors, black and white, and you've got to move all your pieces anti-clockwise to your side of the board. And once all your pieces are on your side of the board, you start removing pieces. And the first person to remove all of his pieces off the board, he's the winner. Doron is one of our partners, and I mean, I've played backgammon with him a few times. I've won some, he's won some.
Well, you can play safe.
Nah, give you the 1-6. 7 is the right number.
Next thing I know, the guy's gone to the World Championships in Monaco. World Backgammon Championships.
So Monte Carlo wasn't ever planned, it was never on the books. About 3 months ago, I went to go meet a friend to play a backgammon game, and he just mentioned that he was off to Monte Carlo to play in the most prestigious backgammon event there is. And I said, that's a great idea. I've always wanted to go play, and I basically invited myself.
And like, you kind of think to yourself, well, okay, anyone can go to the World Championships. But then he starts winning.
Doron, Claxton from
South Africa.
Yeah.
So we watched his match yesterday, and it was one of the more exciting matches of backgammon that I've ever seen. He was checking out the camera, looking at us, fist pumping.
And he gets to like the quarterfinals.
Well played, thank you.
You got 19 minutes left and did 3 times faster.
Yeah, it was just an incredible feeling. Each time was just more emotional than the next. I think like after my quarterfinal match, when I was in a little room after I'd won, yeah, I burst into tears. It was pretty surreal. It was a crazy experience.
It was the semi-final.
Yeah. No, only 6-4.
Double threes, and then he
Wow.
goes to the 2.
It's a winning dice roll.
That is a winning dice roll.
Yeah.
And he enters. And Doron Claxton heads on to the finals.
It was a grueling match. It was, I think, close to 3 hours long. I was always behind, always trailing. And somehow I found a way to win it. And yeah, I just came out waving the South African flag with pride, and there's been like so much support back home as well.
Doron's in the finals.
And it was just super aggressive. You know, he like just smelled the blood in the water and just throws the cube out there. I love it.
Yes. So he was
Like World Backgammon Finals. I mean, that was quite a thing. Like, we're all glued to our YouTube screens. First time in my life I've ever watched anything to do with backgammon. And in the beginning, he takes a huge lead. Like, Doron was like, he took a huge lead.
I was emotional. I was very emotional. I was emotional, and I think I relished it. I was looking forward to it. I wasn't that nervous. I started off very confidently. It was great.
And then he got like the final, the last couple of games, and that's when the other dude started to pull forward and eventually just beat him. But I mean, the guy sits right here, and he's number 2 in the world. That's like, it's unreal. Like your mate is #2 in the world playing backgammon.
I feel a little deflated. There's definitely some pride in there, but at the moment I'm disappointed. The match was, yeah, we had one hand on the trophy and sadly we let it slip away. So after I came back to South Africa, we obviously share offices with Crypto Banter, and Rand naturally walked into our offices, and you know, we all know that he loves a good challenge. He challenged me to a game of backgammon, thinking he could take on the losing finalists at a game of backgammon.
You name the competition, I'll do it, you know? Not the first time we've taken challenges in this office. I think I shaved Sheldon's hair once. I made Sheldon eat smelly fish once. It's like we challenged, I played Josh table tennis the one day. It's like this whole office is like people challenging each other, or more rightly like a run challenging everyone. Yeah. That's gonna be a big game, man.
That's going to be alright.
Get some water.
Let's get water.
All right, I want to make sure we understand the rules here.
Yeah, go for it. What are we playing to first of all?
13.
13, okay?
Okay, so 13 points.
Yeah, I think we've covered everything.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Good luck.
I think there's nerves there because I'm playing, he's such a good player.
Your checkers. You've got to take your checkers off first. The first person to take off all their checkers wins. So he's got options. There's, no, we're going clockwise. Dodgy double, but I thought, I think maybe, nah, he's dropped it.
I'm one down.
First blood.
Not the start I was hoping for.
I think Ran had the nerves, basically like I did in Monte Carlo playing the big boys. It's not the greatest.
He's aggressive here.
The dice move.
Why are you so aggressive,
I know,
bro?
that's what they nicknamed me the honey badger. The honey badger doesn't care.
Doesn't care.
Doesn't care.
There's a certain way backgammon is played. And on the day of playing Doron, I mean, the guy played like a maniac. It's like, I've never seen moves like that. Taking risks where he shouldn't have been taking risks, leaving pieces exposed where he shouldn't have left pieces exposed. I felt like I was playing against a maniac.
No, he's got nice options. He's got options. Does he hit or does he close?
In crypto, he hits, brother.
He hits. I need a 2 to stay alive. Can we get the 2? Ah, no 2. No 2. Thought he forgot about the doubling clue. Clearly not. I'm gonna pass. 1-1.
1-1. 1-1. Phew!
Get an early cube here. No.
2-1.
Six is forced.
Yeah, I mean, it's very tough to play when you're playing against an opponent who doesn't play normal methodologies.
Alright, so this is it.
This is the dice of the game.
The dice of the match, or the game. Neither 1 or 2.
Ah!
Gets it.
Oh.
1.
My fate just changed.
Okay, single win.
Single win. Wait, you got 2, eh?
Yeah.
It's 4-1.
4-1.
It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good.
Oh yeah. See, that's a slight mistake by him. Could have carried on playing and gone for the gammon, but I dropped this cube.
4-2. Yeah, 4-1 back.
4-1.
Are you mad? They must have thought you were an idiot.
They did. Until I wasn't. And here comes the cube.
No. 5-2.
5-2.
5-2.
That's a standard procedure for him. Standard. This is what he does. He eats people.
Who's winning?
Right now,
You need to bring some support for the boss here because my partner's destroying him at the
Who's
moment.
getting eaten?
I don't know if it's getting eaten, but
Still early days.
Jesus.
Doesn't like stop losses, this guy.
It's a good analogy. I like that. See? Here comes one.
5.
Now you better pray you roll a 4. You better
Otherwise you get
four.
a cube and the match is over.
There, you know, double 4. Not just 1 4, 2 4.
That's
let's
one.
see if he learns. I think I got off to a flying start, then he fought back. I don't want to take it anymore, I'll tell you that much for free. Okay, give him one now. 2 more of those. And you've got some 2, 4. 1 more of those. Come, 1 more. We're kids at home. Come on.
5 6.
5 6
champion. 5 6.
That's it, yeah, that's tight enough, huh?
Oh, beautiful. He's learning. Nah, 6s. 6.
And so we started. I won, he won, I won, he won. At one point we were like, I don't remember the exact score, but like we were evens.
He's found his groove now. The nerves have settled.
nerves have settled.
The nerves have settled.
How much you guys pay up to?
13. First to 13. Same for me. Same. Hey! Just not. Nah, takes the lead.
Yes, baby! Yeah, baby! 7 6.
7-6 to Uncle.
Ah, you're in trouble, boy. No, you can roll anything in. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, hold on, hold on.
There you go.
What do you need?
Jeez, I could not have rolled the worst
Nah,
dice.
it was,
I could not.
it was your worst.
Any dice on the
Nah,
board, I could not have rolled the worst dice.
That
yeah?
was the worst.
Why?
That and 6-6.
There you go.
Got a snuff, we're back in it.
I mean, what is I
Yeah,
supposed to
that's bad news.
do? What would you have done then? Anything there is going to fuck me.
This is the most important piece.
7 7.
7 7.
7 7.
Yeah,
No.
well,
Nah.
Read
8.
it. Read it.
8 7.
Oh, that was a quick one, huh?
Yeah.
3 4.
This is 2.
Sadly, cube's coming next. Seven 9.
7 9.
I'm a gambler. We're gonna spin it. Hopefully get a
You
4
should be
6.
cubing him.
I don't know if I should be.
Ah! Yes, baby!
No, Uncle's back in
Why don't you cube me?
Yeah. 'Cause I thought maybe I get a 4 6 as a gammon.
No 4, no 6.
See now I got a 6 2.
2. Oh, 10 7. Oh.
Oh.
I need a 4. If I don't get a 4, then
What's it, 10-7,
it's a 10 7. It's a dodgy cube.
Not a dodgy cube, it's much more in your favor.
Yeah,
I'm
of course,
counting
nah.
I'm counting big time on that.
I mean, if I roll a 4, he could get gammon for the match. He doesn't want to get gammon for the match. 13. That's what you don't want to do. 4 3. Any 4 is high risk for you.
Okay, but wait, just wait. Throw. As
He
if
wants to try it.
It'll never be the same results.
Sort of played 6 2.
Okay, wait.
He needs a 1. I need a with the camera. There we go. 1,
Oh my god.
3.
In the history of backgammon, there's never been an oak that's played
4 4. 1 2.
1 2.
Not bad.
Do I block you here or do I cover?
You always want to build
Yeah,
from
bring
here.
back,
You
bring
always
down.
want. You always want to start here.
As soon as he thinks you know it's the right double, the second he thinks.
Wait, give me a minute, yeah.
Take your time, man. Take your time.
You gotta roll high, yeah?
So this is all done.
And he's got the
Well, he doesn't need to roll high. He needs to get his double through and win the point.
You're on 41.
He's become a mathematician now.
And 9, 41. You're also on 41. You're wrong.
Good cube, Uncle. Make him think.
Nah, you can have it. You can have it.
11-8. I live to fight another day. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so it's corporate game, yeah. So you can't double this game, but if you win this game, you have to double straight away in the next game. 1.
I would have hit you there.
Yeah, probably. You've got nothing to
You
lose.
should have hit him here because you're dead anyway.
Yeah, game over. 2-5 now.
Game over.
Okay, boys and girls, the champion.
The champion is championed, eh? There's no way around.
There
Right,
it
your
is.
game, sir.
Thank you, all player. Great match. Was close.
Champion. Boom!
The world champion is still the world champion, eh? So close, eh?
We have our rematch again.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was a good match. Put up a good fight. Had me at one stage.
Nicely, brother.
It was great. It was a very enjoyable experience. It's basically how backgammon should be played, how we should grow the game. It was an awesome experience. I loved it.
We are men, and men like challenges, and I'm Run, and you name the competition, I'll be there. You name the challenge, I'll be there. You tell me you're number 1 at paddle tomorrow, I'll play paddle against you and I'll threaten to beat you. Like, that's who I am. I like to win. I'm an obsessive compulsive champion. You name the competition, I'll do it, you know?